Chelsea played Luton Town in the first game of the Carabao Cup, and the match ended 2-0. The match was not really intense. I mean, Luton Town, sat back close to 80% of the game, although they had their moments, but it was nothing, it was not enough to test Mike Penders. Now, let's start with Mike Penders. Mike Penders started in goal. Robert Sanchez sat on the bench. Now, this match, I was looking forward to watching Mike Penders because I want to see if he's capable of sitting Sanchez on the bench, because I'm still not impressed with Sanchez. I mean, don't get me wrong. Last season, he improved with his, goalkeeping. But we cannot continue, one day you are progressing, the next day you are having errors. Look at the first game of the season in the Premier League. How is it that you are getting 2 goals from an error as a goalkeeper as you are just starting the season? It doesn't make sense. And Sanchez, I don't think, is a good enough keeper to enable us contend for the Premier League. And like I said before, we need to challenge for the Premier League. This is Chelsea Football Club. I can hear that we are linked to Emiliano Martinez. I mean, people are complaining that even Martinez too is prone to error. But from the stats, in the past 5 Premier League seasons, Emiliano Martinez has made 4 errors, while Ruben Sanchez has made between 8 to 11. I mean, both in Brighton and Chelsea, he has made close to 8 to 11 errors leading to goal. So I feel like, getting rid of Sanchez is the best thing that can happen to this club after, losing Maresca, because Maresca leaving this club was a blessing in disguise. If Maresca didn't leave this club, only God knows the village Chelsea fans would have been by now. The suffer that we suffered with inverted fullbacks, it was tiring. So we thank God for the signing of Xabi Alonso, and we're happy. If you watch this game today, you will see that there were lots of positives, right? The game was well controlled in the midfield. We didn't really have a lot of threats from Luton Town, although they were a little bit threatening in their set pieces. Mike Penders, I won't judge you in this match because, you didn't really have enough to do. The only issue I had in this match is that when you try to claim the ball, you are not as strong claiming the ball. So let me just give you benefit of the doubt, because this is your first game, your first competitive game in the Chelsea shirt. So I'm going to leave it at that. Maxence Lacroix. God bless Chelsea owners. You see, we have to give credit when credit is due, right? We have been complaining that Chelsea owners have been buying rubbish. But one thing we need to thank God as a Chelsea fan is giving us the kind of owners that we have. Owners that are willing to spend. Owners that are willing to listen. Now, this shows that the Chelsea board wants to compete with everything that they've done this season. And I hope it doesn't end this season. They've seen that the plan that they had going into last season and the previous season before, where you buy young players and think those young players will, compete for titles, right? As they've seen that it doesn't work, now they are beginning to change their approach, and that's a very, very good thing. If you have an ownership that is ready to listen to advice, that is ready to learn from their mistake, that is a very, very good thing. And that's one blessing Chelsea has. You don't just have an owner, or you don't just have owners that are willing to listen. You have owners that are ready to spend. So I'm going to give a big thumbs up to the owners. Ed Bally, Todd Bowley, you are doing a very good job. And thank you for signing Maxence Lacroix, because that guy is everything Chelsea fans have been looking for in a defensive centre back. In most part of the game, we were solid in the defense, both aerially, right, and both on the ball and also off the ball, except there were some lapses close to the second half when, it was looking as if Luton Town was going to get a goal. But defensively, we are improving. All I just need from Chelsea is to add one more experienced centre back and we're good to go. Now, let's talk about Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck scored his first goal, his first professional competitive goal in a Chelsea shirt. And it was a very, very, very easy goal. A very good pull out from Malo Gusto. Now, when I was watching the game, I noticed that in the first half, Estabo Willian and Malo Gusto, I don't really understand the tactics behind those two. Estabo Willian is trying to take his own man. And I noticed that Gusto, the way they played Gusto in such a way that they, I don't know if they wanted him to be 1v1 against the fullback or the wing back because Luton will play the back five. Knowing that Malo Gusto does not know how to take his man, he's not good at 1v1 dribbling, right? And that's changed in the second half, which led to that first goal by Welbeck, right? When that ball came from Baco to Palmer, after Palmer dribbled and passed the ball to Gusto, you can see that Gusto made an overlapping run, which is what I expected him to be doing right from the first half. Make that overlapping run. You can see that in the first half, when Estabo Willian is trying to dribble, he struggled because there was nobody giving him that support, that run in behind, from the fullback or from the wing back area. So that is what Gusto was supposed to be doing. Make that overlapping run, so that Estabo Willian can have at least space to dribble, because Estabo Willian, his dribbling today was a little bit poor, right? So that is what I expected, and Xabi Alonso made those changes, which got us the first goal and Danny Welbeck's first goal in a Chelsea shirt. A very, very good pull out. I don't know. Before we signed Gusto, I used to watch him very, very well when he was still playing in, I think, Lyon, one of them. He was still playing in France, right? The guy knows how to cross. It was until he entered Chelsea and played under, Maresca and Pochettino, when they started utilizing him, in a way that he wasn't playing as a fullback. That was when his crosses became so poor. But when he was playing in France, that guy was a good crosser, and you can see it with the crossing he gave to Welbeck. Very sweet crossing. Welbeck didn't even have to, stress himself for that goal. The ball came directly to his head and he nodded it into the post. Now, Morgan Rogers. Morgan Rogers didn't have a good game in this match. He was a bit shaky, both defensively. He had some dribbles, but as an overall performance, I don't think that was good enough. I mean, he hit the bar in the first half, but overall, in terms of his game, he needs to do better. I want to talk about this young boy that we got from Strasbourg, Valentin Baco. That guy is a baller. If this is the way you are going to be playing, come rain, come shine, week in, week out, Enzo Fernandez, Coco, pack your bag and be going to Man City. ASAP. Baco is a left back, but the guy played in midfield today, and see the way he managed that midfield. That guy he's like very short, but he's giving me Vitinha vibes. Look at the long passes. That first goal that Welbeck scored, you could see that the long ball. Look at the switch of play from Baco. He switched the play from the left to the right, the long ball to find Palmer. Like, we hardly see that. Like, there are times I used to cry, why not play long ball? You don't need to be passing the ball sideways, left to right. Open the opponent with long balls, and this is what we have been. Oh my God, Chelsea. Any rival fan that look less on Chelsea this season, I just pity you. Chelsea fans, Chelsea go ball. Don't worry. Like Miracle said, if Chelsea no win this league, call me waiting, call me back. Abego, don't call me bastard, please. But this was a very, very good signing. Valentin Baco, that guy is a baller. When we lost Marco Cucurella to Real Madrid, a lot of Chelsea fans were complaining that we've lost the best left back in the world to Real Madrid. And when we got Pep Chavarria, people were complaining that Pep Chavarria will not lace the boot of Marco Cucurella. You should, which is true. But I want to let Chelsea fans know one thing. This guy can do the job. He might not be as good as Marco Cucurella, but defensively and going forward, my guy can at least do something with what I watched in this game today. The guy has pace when it comes to recovery, and that is what we are crying for. Last season, our defense does not have the speed to recover. And the kind of ball that Xabi Alonso wants to play, he wants to play high up the field, and he needs defenders that can run. Pep Chavarria, with what I saw today, the guy can recover. Going forward, the guy is good. So Enzo Maresca that was using our fullbacks as inverted, it's really hurt us a lot because our fullbacks are good as fullbacks when they are overlapping, right? They are good. It's just that Enzo Maresca was just, his tactics was rubbish. So it's a good one for Chelsea for signing Pep Chavarria, right? Xabi Alonso saw something in this guy, and you know, he said that this guy can do the job. And when I watched this guy, Pep Chavarria, when I watched his highlights, he's giving me Marco Cucurella vibes. That player that is always intense, right? That does not let attackers rest. That is always on the body of attackers. That is how Pep Chavarria is. He might not be as good as Marco Cucurella, but that guy is someone to watch. Gittins came in the second half towards the end of the game, and he was, you know, he wasn't that bad. He wasn't, let me just say, over impressive. He hit the bar with a good dribble and then a good shot, low dribble shot that hit the right hand bar. But I've always said, and I will always say it, Gittins, there's a baller inside Gittins. But the problem with Gittins is that the boy too dey inside in shell. Like, I will always be one of that Chelsea fans that will always tell players, especially young players, that anybody that tells you that you are too young, that person is lying. Because look at Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, when did he start his career? At what, 16? But look at the audacity the guy uses on the ball. And that is what I want Gittins to do. That is what I want Estavo Williams to do. Look at people and tell them that I know they fear you. Like, dribble. Oh my God. There's a baller in Gittins. But if Gittins is not careful, he will leave out on loan. Chelsea is not a club where we have patience. You might have patience, so you will think that we have patience until we ship you out to Strasbourg. So Gittins, you have to stand up. You have to do better. So all in all, it was a very, very good game. I expected better, but I can take this. The only reason why I would say I expected better is because we are playing Brighton next in the Premier League, and Brighton won their last match 4-0. So you can see that when we play Brighton next in the Premier League, it's going to be a very, very tough one. So I was expecting that this match was going to be a chance for us to at least gel more, to have more communication, more understanding. It was not too good, not too bad, but I will take it. We are moving to the next round and we're going to be playing Leeds United. So in that match, I don't think it should be anything serious. So with that, please like and subscribe to the channel. Let's see if we can get the channel to 50 subscribers. I will see you in the next video.